There was a magnitude 6.1 earthquake today in central Taiwan. The epicenter of the earthquake was in Ren'ai Township in Nantou County. As of now, 19 people are reported to have been injured, and sadly, one person is reported as having passed away. Here in Taichung, in Wufeng District, the earthquake was felt as a magnitude 5, while in downtown Taichung, it was a magnitude 4 quake. It was felt even as far away in Taipei as a magnitude 2 quake. Many schools in Nantou and Taichung were evacuated for the safety of students in those schools. The epicenter, which was in Ren'ai, was not far away from Jiji, which was the epicenter of the devastating Jiji earthquake on September 21st, 1999. Fortunately, people here in Taichung, while we were shaken up a bit and maybe had some damage to personal belongings, fortunately here in Taichung, no major injuries or damage. We pray for the people in Nantou who have had more damage and perhaps more injuries than those of us here in Taichung. Some vocabulary. Magnitude. When we talk about magnitude, here it's going to measure the energy or the power behind an earthquake. So a few years ago, off the coast of Indonesia, there was a 9.4 magnitude or magnitude 9.4. Both are correct. There was a magnitude 9.4 earthquake that created or caused a massive tsunami that killed about 250,000 people. It was a very powerful earthquake. Epicenter. Epicenter here is the center of where the earthquake happened. So the location where the earth moved and caused all of the shaking, that would be the epicenter of the earthquake. Another common use of the word epicenter would be the beginning of where something big happens. For example, the epicenter of the Arab Spring was in Tunisia, meaning that it was in Tunisia, which is where the Arab Spring, which started 2 years ago, began. So the epicenter of the Arab Spring was in Tunisia. Report or reported is what is told to us through the news outlets. It could be newspapers, it could be television, radio, internet. When something is reported to us, it's reported to us through the different kinds of news media that we rely upon, whether you rely on TV, newspapers, radio, internet, or whatever. Evacuate. When you evacuate a place, it's because you're leaving it because of danger. You have a strong earthquake, and you want to get out of the building. You want to evacuate the building because perhaps the building will become dangerous if the ground keeps shaking. So many buildings were evacuated, many school buildings, many people perhaps remembering the Jiji earthquake or the 9/21 earthquake in 1999, perhaps remembering how many schools were damaged in that earthquake. Many schools were evacuated during this morning's earthquake. Devastating. If something is devastating, it causes a lot of destruction. Of course, in Taiwan, everyone compares earthquakes to the 9/21 or the Jiji earthquake in 1999. That was devastating. The 2004 earthquake off the coast of Indonesia caused a devastating tsunami, which killed large numbers of people in Indonesia, Sri Lanka, Thailand, and other countries around the Indian Ocean. So the Indian Ocean tsunami was a devastating event. Let's practice. The TV news that the president will travel to Africa. Well, we talk about the TV news. They're going to tell us, we hope, what the news is. Not what to think about it, but what the news is. And so if the TV news or the internet news or the newspapers are telling us what the news is, they are reporting it, and it's going to be past tense. So let me get the blue marker out. Reported. Number 2, the 8/8 or Ba floods a few years ago were to southern Taiwan. Well, anyone who was here and saw what happened on TV that day, on Father's Day no less, in southern Taiwan, and saw Xiaolin Village, and we saw the hotel in Taidong County just fall into the river. We saw all the flooding. We saw how devastating that was to southern Taiwan. The large earthquake in Japan 2 years ago was 9.0. Well, when we are measuring the power or the energy behind an earthquake, we are talking about its magnitude. This morning's earthquake was a magnitude 6.1. Number 4, when a typhoon comes, it is a good idea to the coast. Well, if there's a typhoon coming down on us, generally it's not a good idea to be near the coast when one of these comes by. So it's a good idea to evacuate the coast. This has been an installment of News English, and I would like to just offer my condolences and my feelings and my prayers to the family of the person who died and passed away as a result of this morning's earthquake. 如果你有问题的话，你可以看我的 FB 台中新英兰美语，你也可以看 YouTube 的 TCNE English。如果你在台中，你找英文老师，你可以在 Facebook 跟我联络。谢谢你收看。